This is my review of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle in around 3 minutes. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a really enjoyable game that accurately captures the essence of the Indiana Jones franchise, with the fantastic voice acting from Troy Baker that makes you forget it's not actually Harrison Ford, to the amazing set pieces with a ridiculous amount of detail. I had a great time in this world, but the part that I enjoyed the most was the gameplay. I know some people didn't enjoy the combat as much as me, but I personally really appreciated the hand to hand combat. I also almost exclusively never used a gun in the game. The whip, however, I used nonstop. I love the way you can use it to attack the enemy's legs or scare away attack dogs without having to injure them, along with the wide variety of everyday objects you can use as melee weapons, which always made me laugh. I just found the absurdity of the scenarios to fit in line with how I perceive the franchise of Indiana Jones as a whole. The game does start with an extremely accurate, familiar, and well done scene that really shoehorns in the thought of, hey, look, it's an Indiana Jones game. But once you get past that opening moment, the game never feels like it's forcing the Indiana Jones vibe, and instead, you end up taking a few moments where you think, wow, they really made this feel like Indiana Jones. The fact that they were able to capture the essence and yet make it feel like you're experiencing it instead of it feeling forced for the vast majority of the game is quite the achievement. They managed to do this by having amazing set pieces, exploration, cool artifacts, and intense action sequences. But most importantly, they did it through the characters and dialogue. These characters were fantastic throughout the entire game. From the dumb henchmen to the main enemies or your close allies, every character felt unique and were portrayed amazingly well. The game also played quite well on my Xbox Series X, although it wasn't perfect. Not a lot of graphical issues, not a lot of frame drops or anything like that, but for some reason, one specific journal note wouldn't register that I had found it. It was a note from one of the smallest levels. It was very easy to find, and yet the game wouldn't register that the location was completed. I had 100% of the game, but the file was stuck at 99%. I was forced to look online for a solution, which was something I never would have found out on my own. I was missing a journal in the Himalayas, but to make the game register it, I needed to go back to the Vatican, go to a puzzle I had already completed, take a photo of a statue, which would trigger the hint dialogue for that specific puzzle, and then instantaneously, the achievement popped. Why this journal is connected to a puzzle from a totally different level still baffles me, but I'm just glad I was able to find a solution online. That glitch was my biggest issue with the game. I think the game fits amazingly well in the Indiana Jones universe. I think the combat was extremely fun. The exploration and set pieces were fantastic, and the characters were some of the most memorable characters I've encountered in a long time. Its inclusion into Xbox Game Pass is a great way to give it a shot, as that's how I played it. Overall, I think the game is fantastic and a wonderful addition to the Indiana Jones franchise.